What's up YouTube, Silver Dragons here, and in this video I want to give you a warning about silver. Let's get into it. SD Bullion is giving away a monster box of 2024 Tree of Life silver coins. Sign up today at sdbullion.com/sweepstakes. Thank you so much for watching. I do sincerely appreciate it. If you want to learn more about investing in precious metals, or if you just want to watch awesome videos about gold and silver, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Alright, now before I give you this warning about silver, and by the way, this is for new stackers and investors and veteran stackers alike, I first want to talk about some good things surrounding silver. What is it doing right now? Silver is up 61 cents at the moment, sitting at $25.55. It's actually up over $1 for the week. So silver's been doing very good. In fact, gold is down for the week. It's mostly sideways, but it's actually down a few bucks. You can see it started the week out 21.78. Now it's at 21.72. So gold's been bouncing around a little bit, but silver has been shining. I think silver is finally starting to sort of catch up to gold a little bit. It's starting to take off. Usually we see gold move first and then silver move second, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now. Is this trend going to continue? Will silver keep moving up? Will it flatten out? I'm not sure. We're going into the weekend. We'll have to see what happens on Monday, but either way, it's been nice to see silver finally start to move up in a positive direction. One other thing I wanted to talk about in regard to putting money into precious metals in general is that there is no counterparty risk when you invest in precious metals, and basically all other investments you can make do have some form of counterparty risk. Now, what does that actually mean? Well, if we go to this .gov website, we can see their definition of counterparty risk right here in purple. It says counterparty risk is the probability that the other party in an investment, credit, or trading transaction may not fulfill its part of the deal and may default on the contractual obligations. Now, what does that mean? Well, it essentially means the other person is not holding up their end of the bargain, and it could be multiple parties, not just one party. Think about cryptocurrencies. For example, you have a crypto exchange. You also have a custodian, maybe a wallet provider. Sometimes this is the same company, but not all of the time. You also have an internet provider or cell phone towers, someone maintaining those so you can access and trade your crypto. You also have the power grid, right? What if that goes down? Now, I know you could have solar power. There's ways around this, but still there are many other parties involved with you being able to access your wealth. And what happens when they fail? One of the biggest examples of this was the collapse of FTX. This crypto exchange went under and many people lost a lot of their wealth. The CEO was found guilty of committing fraud, and he is actually being sentenced in a couple of weeks from now. So we'll have to see how that turns out, but he's facing decades in jail. Now you may be saying, okay, cryptos have a lot of counterparty risk, but what about government bonds? Those are risk-free, right? Well, they're risk-free as long as the government continues to exist and doesn't default on its debt, because if they do, then your bond is not getting paid back. And even if they do pay you back, they're going to pay you back in fiat dollars. And we know these dollars can be inflated, they can hyperinflate and eventually go to zero. So there's even a risk in holding cash itself. And then of course, if you're investing in stocks, you've got the broker and the companies themselves fulfilling their end of the bargain. So there's counterparty risk with stocks, but with precious metals, there is no counterparty risk whatsoever. If you buy physical precious metals, you can hold them in your hand. There is no one stopping you from holding your wealth. You can do it. It's right here. It's an ounce. It's on the table in front of you. You pick it up. No risk at all. Now, there are some risks with precious metals. In fact, there are two. The only ways you could lose your wealth are if you physically lose it. Maybe you drop some coins down through the floorboards and you can't find them. Maybe you bury it. You forget where you buried it. That's one way. The other way is if you are robbed. If someone comes in and they steal it from you, you could lose your wealth that way. But even if your house burns down, most of the time you can still recover the metals. Sure, maybe they're melted in a blob, but you can send it down to the refiner and you can get most of your wealth out of it still. So there's very, very little risk with investing in precious metals. But now I want to give you that warning about precious metals. And the warning is they may not perform like you thought they would. You need to have the right mindset when you put money into silver and gold. Silver and gold are not a get-rich-quick scheme. That's not what they are. This is a retain wealth for a long period of time play. I know there are a lot of people getting into precious metals for the first time right now, but there are some of us, like myself, who've been doing this for a while, and we need to be reminded that silver is not one of those things that's likely going to 4x or 10x over the next couple of years. I mean, could it do that? Could silver go to $100 an ounce or $300 an ounce? Sure, it could do that. And even if it did, I probably would not want to sell my silver. Maybe I'll trade some of it for gold, but I'm not selling it for fiat dollars because those dollars are getting inflated away. That currency is becoming worthless. I want to keep it in silver. I never want to sell my precious metals, but if I ever need to access them, I'm going to be so happy that I have that wealth. Now look at silver over the last year. Look at how volatile it's been. Lots of ups and downs. We don't know where it's going to go from here. Now, obviously, we can make guesses. We can assume that the Fed is probably going to cut rates, the dollar is going to get weaker, and silver is probably going to go up. But will that happen for sure? No, it won't. Could silver go back down to $20 an ounce? Yes, it could. So this is a long-term play. Try to have reasonable expectations of what your precious metals will do. Even as I've been filming this video, silver's gone down around 20 cents. So it's going to be volatile, it's going to bounce around, but I want you to understand that silver and gold, while they may be very good investments, they may be a very good place to store your wealth for certain periods of time, they're probably not going to go ballistic. Could they do that? Yes, but in an environment when gold and silver are through the roof, that means the dollar is probably getting crushed, inflation is probably really bad, and we have a lot of terrible problems on our hands. So I actually don't want silver to go ballistic. I don't want gold to go ballistic because I know what that means for the world we live in. I hold them because I want to have wealth outside of the system. I don't want any counterparty risk. I don't want my wealth to be inflated away. So I think it's prudent to have some of your wealth in precious metals. Not all of it, but a portion of it. The last thing I want to say is that I've been doing this for over 6 years now, and I don't regret a single ounce that I've bought. The only ounces I regret are the ones I didn't buy. So have fun with it, be smart, be prudent, and have the right mindset when it comes to precious metals. Feel free to put your comments down below in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next one. Silver Dragons out.